Well, my name is Bud Wright. I'm the Executive Director of AASHTO, the American Association of State Highway and Transportation Officials. I think transportation is one of those areas where you really have a chance to make a difference. And I can only point to my own career where I was given a lot of opportunities early on to really be involved in significant policy matters. There's so much that we do in transportation now. It's not just about engineering, it's about social sciences, it's about statistics, economics, it's about electrical kinds of things, it's about technology. And I think there are a lot of exciting career opportunities that, on the surface people don't necessarily associate with transportation, but they really are there. So, I think it's an area where if you come in today, you really do have a chance to make a difference in something that you can legitimately say affects everybody in this country every single day of their lives. Even if you don't get in a car, even if you don't move anywhere, the services that you consume are delivered on highways or by rail or by some other form of transportation. So, even if you aren't an actual user, you are benefiting from the mobility and the availability of services and supplies that the highway system and the other freight transportation system provides. Well, I think transportation really is kind of at a crossroads, and I think we're going to see that technology really becomes much more a part of transportation than it ever has been before. I've heard about people talking about distracted driving, and that is a very serious issue that we face today. But you look forward 25 years or 50 years from now, and you can imagine people saying, I don't want to be distracted while I'm in the car by having to drive. Because I think what we're seeing is that with devices, with the other means by which cars can autonomously operate, that people are going to be using that movement time for other purposes than actually driving. And I think we're really seeing those kinds of technological advances occurring, not just in the automobile, but in the roadside. We talk about the Connected Vehicle Initiative, which is going to have vehicles interacting with one another, but also vehicles interacting with roadside devices so that we can avoid the kinds of crashes that occur at intersections today, or we can avoid things like people sitting for no reason at a traffic light waiting while there are no cars passing through the intersection. There are all sorts of things that we know how to do. We don't have them in widespread implementation yet. And I can only imagine the things that we don't know how to do yet that we're going to learn over the next 10 or 15 years. Our motto is, we are the voice of transportation. And what we do is make sure that the American public and all of those who benefit from transportation understand that and are willing to make the kinds of investments and make the kind of choices necessary to ensure that we have a transportation system that is going to serve everyone. Well, AASHTO itself does a lot of advocacy work, and we do it really on behalf of the state DOTs. Many of the state DOTs are pretty self-sufficient these days. They are generating a lot of revenues. They are investing substantial amounts of state funds, but almost all of them really still rely very significantly on federal resources as well. And AASHTO plays a significant role in working with the Congress in helping them understand what state DOTs are about, what they do, how they can contribute to creating jobs, improving the economy, et cetera, and hopefully building that case for additional transportation investment. So we work with the state DOTs, but we also represent the state DOTs in many places. Many states have something called the TRACK program, which is a program oriented to high school students to learn more about transportation careers. And it really is sort of the introduction, if you will, to transportation and the many issues that we face. So, within a state at transportation, there would be somebody there that could say, here's how you get in contact with our TRACK program coordinator if they have a TRACK program. But I think that's probably the most successful venture that AASHTO is associated with that really does sort of say, here's what you can do in transportation, and here is a facilitated program that enables you to learn more, hopefully be attracted to a career in transportation or to taking the kinds of subjects in college that would lead to a career in transportation. again, transportation is an area where you really do have a chance to make a difference, and it isn't just a single discipline. It is a multidisciplinary kind of opportunity, and for those that like to work with different aspects of problems, transportation really is kind of the perfect place to be. It's not all about civil engineering or economics or public policy. It's a mix of a lot of different things, and I've had the good fortune to be able to be involved with it in a lot of different ways. And I've really enjoyed it. It gives you that sort of diversity of experience that I think in many careers you don't have. So for those that really want to look at things from a lot of different perspectives and feel like they have an opportunity to affect a problem or an issue from those different perspectives, transportation really is kind of the perfect career.